at a certain angle. You improvise. And we are back with another live stream. How you doing, folks? How was lunch? Have you hit the expo hall yet? There's lots going on here at Enterprise Connect. And if you like what you're seeing, then you're going to love all those experts we have that we're interviewing non-stop here at the live stream. If you're just catching the live stream for the first time, then let me tell you, you've missed some amazing interviews, and you can check them out at nojitter.com or at enterpriseconnect.com. But if you're here now for this one, then you get a chance to meet Irwin Lazar. Irwin, how you doing today?
Doing great.
All right, now you're with Nemertes. I stumbled over that every time. Nemertes Research, how to do?
Correct, Nemertes Research.
You make it sound so easy.
Been saying it for 11 years.
You've been saying it now, are you one of the co-founders or?
No, I'm one of the, my title at Nemertes is Vice President and Service Director. I lead our research around communications and collaboration.
Now what exactly for our audience does Nemertes Research do?
Yeah, so we go out and gather data from end user organizations on what they're doing and why, what they're buying, what they're spending their money on, what business cases they've got around the deployment of different technologies. And then we turn that into a series of reports. We work with enterprises to help them make better decisions. We also work with vendors to help guide them in terms of their marketing and product development.
So if somebody was to approach you and say, Irwin, why should I engage you versus anybody else or doing it in-house, what would your answer be?
So what we help organizations do is benchmark themselves against their peers. So we bring a lot of data to the table that would allow you to see from in terms of what you're spending, where you are in deployment of different technologies, where you stack up, where you might have some opportunities, gaps, and where you maybe, hopefully you're ahead of the curve.
And the benchmark is so critical because you can't get better till you know how sick you are, so to speak, if that makes any sense, right?
Yeah, I think
you have to do that diagnosis first. Even if you're a healthy, person, you still need to know how can I reach that next level. So I love that you do that. Now you've been a busy person. You've been on a couple panels already? Yeah,
we did a session on incorporating team collaboration into your overall collaboration strategy on Monday morning at 9 a.m. I moderated a session on WebRTC on Monday afternoon, looking at the state of the technology. Have a session coming up Wednesday morning on WebRTC where we've got some innovative demos from companies that are building sort of emerging applications using WebRTC, and then Thursday morning a session on 911.
My gosh, are you getting a chance to get any insights yourself from the conference? Or are you just kind of busy being the spokesperson?
Yeah, I had a chance to attend the keynotes today. I usually carve out time to see the keynotes, and then awful lot of meetings with exhibitors, vendors, end users, getting their input and what they're working on, and trying to keep up with the news stream, the Twitter stream, and the live stream as best I can.
And speaking of the live stream, we're also on Periscope. So we've got the Twitter thing covered off, so no matter what you're doing, we've got you covered. Now you mentioned team collaboration. I want to drill down a bit on that. If we look at that today, who are the leaders in that space now? And then how do you see that landscape shaping up?
Sure, let's maybe take a second and define team collaboration.
Go for it.
It's typically messaging-based applications, sort of the evolution of instant messaging where you can create team spaces. Some people call them rooms, some call them channels, where groups of people can communicate around a topic, around a project, kind of as a much more contextual alternative to trying to find message streams and email. The leaders we've seen in our research right now, Slack, Cisco Spark, Microsoft Teams is more of an emerging vendor, HipChat from a company called Atlassian, which is very popular in the developer communities, and then about 40 other vendors that are trying to carve out different
A little bit of the wild,
niches.
wild west with a few emerging clear leaders.
Sure.
That's right. Now, and Microsoft is a newer entrant to that space and complement to their Skype for Business initiative.
Correct.
So it's getting crowded, right? Because you said 40, it's a nut crazy space. So let me ask you this question. Are most knowledge workers using a team collaboration application now? Because when I hear there's like that many vendors, that would suggest to me there's got to be demand.
Yeah, our latest research, which we published in November, showed about a third of companies were using the tools, officially supporting them. They tend to be departmental. It starts often with application developers who find that email isn't really a good way to communicate when you're working across a virtual team trying to write code. So they're the first users. From there, it usually spreads into IT. We're seeing other lines of business, sales, marketing teams where you've got small groups of people who may not see each other in person very often, but have that need for real-time communication, often as an alternative to texting as well as email.
And it's funny because I know just working with my own clients, years ago, it would have been, as you said, instant messaging, maybe MSN Messenger. If I date myself a little bit. I had clients on, Yahoo Messenger. Then you get into, you had the emergence of Google Hangouts. And now you've got the, the proliferation of Slack. But there are, HipChat, you see it out there all the time. With Microsoft entering the space, that tells you that they're really serious about this. They see the need there for it. To me, that says that this is just getting bigger, not smaller.
Yeah, and one of the trends I think I've seen at this event is that conversion of unified communications applications, soft phones, instant messaging, presence applications with team collaboration. Case in point, companies like RingCentral, who announced a new interface based on the GLIP team chat application that they built. Cisco certainly making Spark the center of their communications hub. So the lines are starting to blur a little bit between pure messaging applications and unified communications applications that also hook into voice and video.
And it's wild how that's happened, right? Because unified communications, that phrase, has been around for a long time, right? And then messaging's been around for a long time, and they truly are coming together now, and it's ubiquitous, right? It's everywhere. And I think mobile's pushing that a lot too, because no matter where you are, you can be connected, whether it's voice or, through the landline, it's forwarded or routed to your mobile or to Slack or to whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty of these applications, I've been using Slack in our company for a little over a year, is I can pull out my phone and instantly see all the messages. I don't have to go and unlock my phone, open an app, I can hold down and respond quickly. And so I always feel like I'm connected with my coworkers. I don't have to go check the list of emails and then open an email and write a formal response. It's just a much more natural means of communication and collaboration.
And it's happening because I see a lot of my clients who I would call maybe technology laggards. And I'm starting to see them implement the exact same solutions, finally. I've been pushing them, as have others, but they actually are doing it now. What are you seeing as the adoption curve? How's that looking today?
Yeah, like I said, today it's largely in small departmental level deployments, application developers, IT. We are starting, the biggest question I get from our enterprise clients is what should I be thinking about with regard to team collaboration, because again, now the Microsoft's knocking on the door, Cisco's knocking on the door, Google just announced Hangout chats. The applications that are no longer niche startups like HipChat and Slack and so on, they're now mainstream collaboration vendors that are telling the same story. So it's caused the profile of these applications to rise quite a bit as people are thinking about their planning around their collaboration architecture.
All right, so with that as the backdrop, are there other industry trends that we should be watching for the rest of this year?
Wow, lots of them. API communications and embedding communications into business applications, workflows, processes. Kind of goes hand in hand, I think, with some of the team chat integrations with other business applications. Certainly cloud has been a big topic here.
Cloud? What's that? I haven't heard of that.
Probably heard of it once or twice.
Yeah, it's come up once or twice,
And then other areas that I've been looking at have been around the emergence of what we call immersive group collaboration, the Oblong, Cisco Sparkboard, Google Jamboard, this sort of finally bringing that whiteboard that sits in every conference room into the collaboration session, enabling people who aren't physically in the room to be able to share content and not just hear a voice and potentially see a face.
Do you eventually see that merging its way into that unified communications umbrella as well?
Yeah, I think it already is. I think if you look at what Cisco's doing with Sparkboard, with Microsoft Surface Hub, they're tying that visual wall into the rest of their collaboration portfolio.
Fantastic. All right, Nemertes Research. Is there a website or something we can get to?
Sure, www.nemertes.com. Also follow us on Twitter at the same, and follow me at IMLazar.
Fantastic. Irwin, thank you so much, sir. It's been a delight. I hope you have an awesome show. In the meantime, speaking of awesome shows, don't be shy. Get out there, hit the expo floor, hit the keynotes, exactly as this man here just told us that he himself is doing, even though he's on 1,000 panels himself. So that's the scoop. Don't be shy. Get a chance, drop by here in the basement, check us out. We'd love to see you maybe take part in a session yourself, online, live. If you want to see those again, go to nojudo.com or go to Enterprise Connect. In the meantime, stay tuned. Next one's coming up shortly. We're out, folks. Take care.